Hello guys, and welcome to our first Drupal lesson. This is a beginner lesson, so if you already know how to create your Drupal instance and how to choose Drupal core and modules version, then please go to the next lesson. Check to see if the link appears in the video description, and if not, please subscribe to my channel and wait for its release. First of all, I will talk a little about the needed apps to run your Drupal instance. Then I will show you from where and how to download and install Drupal core. Finally, I will show you how to search, choose and install modules. So let's start. To begin with, you will need an Apache server, and depending on the database that you want to use, a server for that. Drupal is mostly used with MySQL, so MySQL server will be needed for this example. The most used Apache distribution for Windows is xampp. It's easy to work with and it's also the one that I recommend. So open your Chrome browser or your favorite browser and search for it. Click on the first link. Depending on your environment, download the appropriate version. Since I'm using Windows, xampp for Windows it is. Okay, now run the installer. I have some pop-ups here because of other configurations on my environment. You might not get them. Next. By default, xampp will be added to your root directory. Next. Uncheck that. Next. This is going to take a while. So if you want, you can go and make yourself a cup of coffee or whatever. You want to open control panel? Yes. So finish. Oops, it's on the other screen. Let me drag it. There. English language. Okay, let me drag it again. There. Okay, so let's start Apache and MySQL server. Now let's look into xampp folder. So under C, xampp folder. You should see htdocs. Enter it. Okay, let's delete everything from there because we don't need it. This folder is the folder where you will add your Drupal core. Now open a browser and type drupal.org. On the 10th of August 2016, this is how the homepage looked like. You see the date there. Drupal 8 is the latest Drupal core version, but for this tutorial I'll be using Drupal 7. Why is that? Because I do not yet recommend Drupal 8. A lot of modules are not yet ported and the development will take longer. If you just want to create a simple site, then you can try Drupal 8. But in case you expect some advanced functionalities, then choose Drupal 7. So, in the main menu you will find a download and extend link. Click that. Then click Drupal core. On the next page you can download the version directly from there. To view all the releases, scroll to the bottom of the page and click View All Releases link. You see here a form to select the version of Drupal core. Click 7.x. As you can see, there are a lot of Drupal 7 versions, but you need to select the most recent one. If you select 8.x, you'll see another list. You can see some different names like Beta 1 or Dev. I would advise you not to download those ones. Only stable versions should be downloaded, except for when the Beta or Dev version provide you with something that you cannot live without. Now, back to Drupal 7. Create a new folder into your htdocs folder. Let's name it Drupal 7. Now, open the downloaded archive. Oops, let me drag it from my other screen. Come on, there. And let's extract it to this newly created folder. Until that is done, let's edit some extra files. Open xampp, apache, conf, and right-click vhost.conf file. Open it with an editor. Let me drag it from the other screen and go to the bottom of the file. Copy-paste the commented example and uncomment it and put your path and names. Then save it. Now go to Windows, System32, Drivers, etc, host file. Add a new record with the server name that you just added into the vhost.conf file. And then save the file. Close this. Now let's check out our Drupal 7 folder. htdocs. Okay, let's move everything one level up. I forgot to show you something here. Check to see if Apache server is active, and if so, restart it so that the settings that you've made in the host file should be taken in consideration. If it wasn't active, then start Apache and MySQL servers. Now open a new browser window and let's go to the server name that we've added into the host file. Voila, the setup page. You need to have an already created database, so open XAMPP control panel, click the Add Me button on the line with the MySQL server, and let's create a database. Let's name it Drupal 7. Now back to Drupal setup page. Let's choose standard profile installation. You can choose minimal, but I suggest standard. Click Save and continue. English language. Now let's complete the database name and username. So Drupal 7 is the database name. Username root. In my case it has no password. Advanced settings, database localhost, save and continue. We have to wait for a few seconds here. As you can see in the browser, the window is refreshing, so something is happening. At the beginning of this lesson, I also said something about modules. A Drupal module is basically a folder that contains multiple files. All of those files, when the module is enabled from Drupal instance, create a specific functionality. One of the most used modules in Drupal is the Views module. This module allows you to create lists of content, something like creating the select query but in a visual way. Let's search for it. So, open a new browser window and go to drupal.org. Click the modules link. From this form, you should at least select the core compatibility and then type views as a keyword. Scroll down a little and you'll find it. There. Click on its name to go to the modules page. Every module has a description part that is best to read. Some module might have some dependencies on other modules or on some libraries. This is why you should always read the description. As you can see, Views has a dependency on Chaos tool suite, but let's only download Views. On the downloads block, you'll see several items. You should always download the recommended version for your core, the one with a green background and the starting number of your Drupal core. If this version does not provide you with the needed functionality and you read that the dev release has it, then you can download dev, but keep in mind that you might find bugs when combining it with other modules. If you download the version for Drupal core 6, you will not be able to activate it in your Drupal 7 instance. Now download it and extract it. Let's check to see how the installation is going. Almost completed. We should see now a new form that is asking us to complete more information about the site. So, site name, email address, it's best to be a real one, admin username, admin email is the same one as the site email, password. For live sites, please add strong passwords. Some other settings, like if you want to receive email notification or updates, you can let them as they are. Save and continue. Congratulations, your first Drupal 7 instance is completed. Now go to Modules page and search for Views. No results found. Go to xampp htdocs Drupal 7, then Sites folder. In the Modules folder, create a contrib subfolder and add the extracted archive. Every module that is downloaded from drupal.org should go into the contrib folder. Now back to our site and refresh the modules page. Search for Views. Here it is. To To enable a module, you just have to check the box next to it and click Save. As you can see here, it says that a required module is missing. Because of this, you cannot enable the Views module. The checkbox is uncheckable. If you remember, in the Views description page, it said that Views module required another module. Let's download this new module and extract it into the contrib folder. Now let's refresh the page and search again for Views. As you can see, you already see this new module that we've added. Now enable both View modules. Here it says that the required module will also be activated in order to enable Views modules. It's okay. Click Next. As you can see, the configuration options have been saved. Now let's check it. Views modules are both enabled, and also the other one. To disable it, uncheck the box and click Save. Then go to Uninstall tab and see if the modules appears there. When a modules appear there, it means that it has to do some things to remove all of its data, like removing a table from the database. A module that is disabled does not lose its data. It is just that the files from that folder, the whole functionality, is not run anymore. You will not lose its settings, but if you also uninstall it, then everything will be lost. Let's go back to the modules page and re-enable this Views module. Now let's see if it is activated. Under Structure, click Structure, and then here it is. Now let's close this and, well guys, congratulations on finishing your first Drupal 7 lesson. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see all the new stuff. You can also check my channel for other lessons. Bye!